Well, hello there, folks. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take the results to the next level. In today's video, I want to talk to you about a topic that may sound a little bit insulting, but it's a very honest conversation that we need to have here, folks. We need to start to appreciate that our audiences are not as smart as we think they are. Oh, I said it. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Oh my gosh, I just insulted my audience. Well, no, I didn't. What I mean by this is so many times we see trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators, presenters delivering content as if they think, they believe their audiences are geniuses, freaking geniuses, like amazing. Like they are just phenomenal individuals that are just like, wow, super smart. Now, allow me to be facetious for a second, but you probably agree with me when I say this. Have you ever been to a workshop where a presenter has shown a slide and then they seem to operate off the belief that they've shown it? And you instantly remember everything just on that slide. And the presenter seems to have a belief that you, the audience member, has remembered everything that the presenter has said. Now, I would postulate that that's a little bit of a crazy idea that I could speak to my audience and every single person remembers every word I say, and they remember everything that's on the slide, and I can say it once, and they're going to remember it instantly. And I don't need to bother checking that they've remembered it. Right? Now, I know it's a bit of a controversial statement, but I think sometimes presenters actually have a belief that every single person in the audience has done a mega memory course and they've got amazing memories, right? And I know I'm being facetious, but that's how presenters and trainers seem to operate, right? I'm just going to say it once and everyone's going to remember it, all right? Whatever I say, it's going to be great, all right? And, people are going to remember it forever, right? But let's burst the bubble here, folks. You see, what we need to appreciate is humans don't operate like that, all right? And we need to just accept reality. The reality is that when we are speaking, training, speaking from stage, the majority of our audience, if not everybody, forgets 9% of what we say, all right? And pretty much they walk away with only two things. Number one, what was the core message of our presentation? What was like the underlying idea? And the second thing they remember is how you actually made them feel, all right? So if you actually adopt that idea, then it can lead to the belief that maybe you need to speak to your audience as if they're kind of like a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old. Now, I know that may seem like insulting. It's like, oh, how dare you say that? But let's be realistic here, folks. If you were actually speaking to a 6 or an 8-year-old and you were telling them to go off and buy things from the supermarket, guaranteed the way that you speak to them is different, all right? So the way that you speak to them, because you don't want them to waste your money, right? So if you want them to buy milk, eggs, and bananas, you are going to say, hi, Timmy, it's really important that you go off to the supermarket and I want you to do me a big favor. I'd like you to go off and buy milk, eggs, and bananas. So milk, eggs, and bananas. So Timmy, does that make sense? What you need to do? Awesome. So Timmy, what do you need to buy for me? I need you to buy. What was it, Timmy? It was. Tell me, Timmy. What was it? It was. Yep. It was milk, eggs, and bananas. Very good, Timmy. And Timmy, I'd love you to go off to that supermarket. And Timmy, just so that you're safe, Timmy, I'll be watching from over there just to make sure that you've heard the instructions and that you execute on that task. Full stop. Now, I'd like you to think about what have we done here with Timmy? We've actually repeated the instructions a few times here. We've repeated it because we know Timmy is probably going to forget quite quickly, right? So we're going to make sure maybe even Timmy writes it down. That'd be a good idea. Crazy idea. Adult learners, get him to write it down. Hint, nudge, nudge, right? Maybe we even write it down for him as well. Maybe we give him a piece of paper. Maybe we check in with Timmy and we say, does that make sense? Or Timmy, Timmy, could you repeat back what those things were, right? And then we say, Timmy, you're going to go off and you're going to go to that supermarket, Timmy. Timmy, based on my instructions, what are you about to do? And Timmy says, oh, yeah, I'm going to go off and I'm going to buy some milk, eggs, and bananas. Great job, Timmy. Very proud of you. Go do it. Now, I'm being a bit facetious here, folks, but if you actually start to change how you deliver your content to make sure that you repeat things, you do what, folks? You repeat things. Right? Next thing, that you check in with your audience. You check in with them. Does that make sense? We've just gone through some content. Let me ask you a quick question about that content. Timmy, what did I need you to buy? I need you to buy what and what and what. So we're checking in with our audience. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You want to be checking in every 3 to 5 minutes, right? May seem excessive, but Tim is out there. He's doing the very best he can to keep up. I'd like you to imagine all of your audience, you've got lots of Timmys in your audience, right? And just appreciate the average adult attention span is literally around 8 to 13 minutes max. So why would you expect Timmy or all audience members to be able to concentrate longer than 30 minutes? It's weird. I've done other videos on that. Check those videos out, right? And then last of all, you want potentially the audience members to repeat back or to share with you what is the key things they've learned from your workshop or whatever it may be, right? So what have we done? We've repeated ourselves a number of times, right? Now, this is a bigger picture conversation, but in a workshop, you want to repeat your ideas a number of times. You want to maybe getting them to write the content down. You want to be putting things on the flip chart. You want to be putting things on the side. You want to have multiple exposures. You want to be checking in with your audience. Does that make sense? And also asking them to do things, do activities, whatever it may be. Check in with them. And last of all, you want to capture what did they learn from your session and ask them. So, Mary, what's the biggest thing you discovered or realized from today's workshop or from today's presentation? Bill, what's the biggest thing you discovered or realized from today's presentation? Frank, what's the biggest thing you discovered or realized from today's presentation? So, start to think about your audience that they haven't recently attended a mega memory course, as amazing as their memories may be. Stop assuming that they're going to remember everything you said. Stop assuming they're going to remember everything that's on your PowerPoints, because they're not, right? They just aren't. So stop it and start to actually realize maybe you're talking to a lot of adults in a room, but at the core of it, they're all just 6 to 8 year olds. And when you take that mentality, guaranteed you will start to present differently. You also respect the realistic expectations of what's actually possible for your audience as well. And you'll be able to do it in a way that really locks in that knowledge, right? Presenting ideas, getting people to understand through activities, through different things you do. And last of all, them sharing back with you what they've actually learned. Hope you had some value from the video. And I just want to challenge your thinking because I'm getting a little bit tired of presenters that believe more is better. I'd like to challenge the idea and actually encourage you to go less is better. And we want to make sure that Timmy and all of our audience, the 4 to 8, like 4 to 6 year old, we really just focus on the fact that they're not going to remember the 200 things we tell them. They're probably going to just remember the key things that we really drive home and we really highlight to them, right? So telling people, grab a pen and write this down. Telling people on this slide, here on this slide, there's 20 points, but the one thing I really want you to remember from this slide is blah, blah. Telling them exactly what you want them to remember is a really, really important thing. Thanks for watching, team. Hope you got some value. As always, like, comment, share. Let's get this message out there so that we are getting even better results in our training as we go out there and change people's lives in the education space and training space throughout the globe. On that note, thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one.